It's the question you hear in pubs, on terraces and playgrounds all over the world. It's a debate that has spanned generations and crossed continents. Who is the greatest footballer of all time? For decades, the answer for many was simple. It was Pele, the Brazilian icon, the undisputed king, a three-time World Cup winner. He defined an era. His name was synonymous with football itself. Then a little magician from Argentina arrived, Lionel Messi. He has rewritten the record books, dazzled us with his skill, and finally he too lifted the World Cup. The debate has never been more intense. Comparing players from different eras is always a tricky business. The game has changed, the pitches, the balls, the boots, the sheer speed and physicality of it all. Pele played with crunching tackles and less tactical rigidity. Messi plays in an age of high-definition analysis, where every touch is scrutinized and every weakness exploited. When you talk about Lionel Messi, you have to start with his feet. The way he dribbles is just sublime. It's as if the ball is an extension of his body tied to his laces by an invisible string. Defenders think they have him, they lunge in, but he's already gone, shifting his balance with an impossibly low center of gravity. His nickname, La Pulga, the Flea, is perfect. He scurries past opponents, leaving them trailing in his wake. His close control is, for my money, the best we have ever seen. He can navigate through a forest of legs in a crowded penalty area and still emerge with the ball, ready to find the back of the net with a clinical finish. His statistics are simply mind-boggling. We all remember that incredible year in 2012 when he scored 91 goals for club and country. 91. It's a number that just doesn't seem real. He has won everything there is to win at club level, multiple times. La Liga titles, the Champions League, the Copa del Rey. He dominated European football for over a decade with Barcelona. His partnership with Xavi and Iniesta created arguably the greatest club side in history. For a long time, the only thing his critics could hold against him was his record with Argentina. The pressure on him to emulate Diego Maradona and deliver a World Cup was immense. For years it seemed like it might elude him, with heartbreaking losses in finals. But then came the Copa America victory in 2021. His first major international trophy. And then, in Qatar in 2022, he delivered the one trophy the world demanded of him. He is a complete attacking player, a phenomenon who has defined the modern era of football and set a standard that may never be surpassed. Before Messi rewrote the record books, there was a 17-year-old boy from Brazil who announced himself to the world. At the 1958 World Cup, Pele didn't just play football, he painted masterpieces. His bicycle kicks and acrobatic finishes defied physics. But Pele wasn't just a goal scorer, he was football's first complete player. He combined raw power with balletic grace. At Santos he became more than a player. He was a phenomenon that drew crowds worldwide. When Santos toured, they weren't just playing matches, they were putting on exhibitions. Pele became football's first global ambassador, transcending the sport itself. He defined what we call the beautiful game. Children across the globe dreamed of playing like the king. His 3 World Cup victories remain unmatched in football history. 1958, a teenager conquering the world. 1962, even injured, his presence inspired Brazil to victory. And 1970, leading what many consider the greatest team in football history. His celebrations were pure joy, the essence of football's emotional power. Pele could score any type of goal from anywhere on the pitch. His vision and passing were as remarkable as his finishing. At 6 feet tall, he dominated in the air and on the ground. His acceleration and agility left defenders grasping at shadows. When the stakes were highest, Pele delivered his greatest performances. Every player who followed learned something from Pele's template. He became more than an athlete, a cultural icon who brought football to the masses. Even today's superstars speak of Pele with reverence and awe. His legacy isn't just in trophies or statistics, it's in how he made the world fall in love with football. Pele didn't just play the beautiful game, he created it, defined it, and gave it to the world as his gift. In Brazil, football is more than a sport, it's a religion. And for the longest time, Pele was its one and only god. He was a national hero, the man who put Brazilian football on top of the world. For generations of Brazilians, there was no debate. Pele was, and always would be, the greatest. However, the world has changed, and so have opinions in Brazil. The younger generation has grown up watching Lionel Messi on their screens every week. They have seen him perform magic for Barcelona, PSG, and now Inter Miami. They have witnessed his relentless consistency, his incredible goal-scoring records in the Champions League, and his collection of Ballon d'Or awards. Many younger Brazilian fans, while respecting Pele, now argue that Messi has surpassed him. Even among Brazilian football professionals, the tide has started to turn. This division of opinion was perfectly highlighted after Messi won the World Cup in 2022. For many Brazilians, this was the final piece of the puzzle. Social media in Brazil was flooded with debates. Some stood firm, arguing that 3 World Cups will always be greater than 1. The debate is no longer a foreign argument, it is now happening right in the heart of Pele's own homeland. So, after all is said and done, where do we land? How do we possibly choose between 2 players who have given so much to the game? Perhaps the answer is that we don't have to. The quest to name a single greatest of all time might be an impossible one. What makes a player great? Is it raw statistics and the number of goals scored? Is it the number of trophies sitting in a cabinet? Is it the number of World Cups won, the pinnacle of international football? Or is it something less tangible, something you can't measure with numbers? Maybe greatness is about influence and legacy. Pele was a pioneer. He made football a global spectacle and became the sport's first icon. He set the benchmark for what a superstar could be. He inspired millions from the favelas of Rio to the streets of London. On the other hand, perhaps greatness is about sustained individual brilliance at the highest level of club football week in, week out, for nearly 2 decades. Ultimately, who you choose probably says more about you than it does about them. It depends on what you value most. There is no right or wrong answer. We should simply feel incredibly lucky to have witnessed their genius. Instead of trying to put one above the other, maybe we should just celebrate them both. Pele, the king, Messi, the magician, forever at the very pinnacle of the beautiful game.